Good morning, everybody. I am Assistant Professor Dr. Priyamvada Dinesh Bhatt, and I teach English. And today we shall start our next poem, She Walks in Beauty. It is composed by Lord Byron. First of all, let us see the introduction of Lord Byron. George Gordon Byron, or Lord Byron, as he was called, was a famous English romantic poet. He was a fierce liberal who rebelled against the establishment and monarchy. As a result, he left England in 1816, never to return. Like most romantics, he was inspired by ideas of beauty, nature, the individual, and imagination. Unlike many romantics, uh, though he was heavily influenced by earlier poets such as Alexander Pope and modeled his use of verse, rhyme, and stanza on them, Byron's natural mode of poetry was narration. Though his lyric poetry is equally well known for its vivid imagery and perfectly crafted meter, some of his better known works are Childe Harold's Pilgrimage and Don Juan. In this lyric poem, the poet seeks to describe the beauty of a particular woman he has met. Though she is never named, literary historians believe the woman to be Anne Beatrix Wilmot, the wife of Byron's cousin. The poet describes the various kinds of beauty she is graced with. He compares her to the night sky and stars, describing her as having a serene and perfect beauty. The poet juxtaposes images of light and dark to paint a picture in words and goes on to praise not just her physical beauty but also her spiritual and intellectual beauty. Let us see the poem. She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright. Meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light, which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace, which waves in every raven trees, waves in every raven trace, or softly lightens over her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. And on that cheek and over that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent. A mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. So that she walks in beauty by Lord Byron. As the title of the poem suggests that says that she walks in beauty, this means the poet has described the beauty of a woman. She walks in beauty. The poem describes the beauty of a woman. The poet describes the spiritual, physical, and intellectual beauty of this woman. And poet says that she is perfect beauty. Let us see. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies. Once poet met the woman. Poet went for a. It is said that poet went for a function, and there he met one woman, and it is said that she was Mrs. Wilmot, and she was in mourning dress of black color, and there were spangles on that dress, and so that all those spangles were twinkling brightly, and she was looking very beautiful, and that woman was very beautiful. The poet, when he saw her for the first time, he was impressed by her beauty, but her beauty was not a romantic beauty, but her beauty was a very gentle beauty, very impressive beauty, and the poet was impressed by the innocence, by the spirituality, and by the intellectual beauty of that lady. And so that he says that that gentle beauty really influences him. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies. The poet says that when for the first time he saw her, At that time he thought her beauty like the night, like the dark night. Why? Because she was wearing complete black dress of mourning. ख्रिश्चन लोकांमध्ये दुःख झालेलं असताना काळा पोशाख परिधान करतात आपल्याला माहिती आहे. तर अशाच एका दुःखाच्या प्रसंगी कवी तिला सर्वात प्रथम भेटला आणि त्यावेळी ती स्त्री जी होती, सुंदर स्त्री जिचं वर्णन या कवितेत केलेलं आहे आणि ती मिसेस विल्मॉट होती असं म्हटलं जातं. तर त्या स्त्रीने काळा दुःखाचा पोशाख परिधान केलेला होता आणि त्या पोशाखावर स्पँगल्स, चमकदार असे तुकडे लावलेले होते शोचे आणि ते सगळं सुंदर चमकत होतं काळ्या रंगावर. आणि म्हणून पोएट म्हणतो आहे की शी वॉक्स इन ब्युटी लाईक द नाईट. एखाद्या रात्रीप्रमाणे, रात्रीचं जसं एक वैशिष्ट्यपूर्ण सौंदर्य असतं तसं सौंदर्य त्या स्त्रीचं दिसत होतं असं कवी म्हणत आहे. शी वॉक्स इन ब्युटी लाईक द नाईट ऑफ क्लाउडलेस क्लाइम्स अँड स्टारी स्काईज. Poet says that the night looks very beautiful, which night is cloudless night. When the sky is clear in the night, millions of stars twinkle in the sky, and so that beauty of starry night is really very rare and very beautiful. Poet says that the woman he met, she was such beautiful like a starry night, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, and all that's best of dark and bright. Poet says that whatever is beautiful in the darkness, whatever is beautiful in the brightness, both meet her, both met her in her beauty, in her aspect. Poets, aspect means the habitual expressions of one's face and in one's eyes. The expressions on her face have all the beauty of darkness and all the beauty of brightness. In her eyes, the expressions in her eyes and on her face have all the beauties of the darkness and the brightness. Thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven gaudy day denies. Poet says that in this way there was a kind of tenderness, calmness, gentleness on her face, and that gentleness, that tenderness has given such a light, such a glow to her face that even a beautiful bright day is dull before that glow of her face. कवी अतिशय सुंदर वर्णन करतो आहे की एक प्रकार दॅट जेंटलनेस ऑन हर फेस इज सो ब्युटिफुल. दॅट जेंटलनेस, दॅट टेंडरनेस, that calmness on her face has given her such a glow that even the bright day is dull before that glow. In this way, that woman is really very beautiful. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace. Poet says that she was a perfect beauty. She was perfectly beautiful. One shade the more, one ray the less. She has all the things in perfect proportion, which makes her really a perfect beauty. Poet says that one shade the more, the one ray less, had half impaired the nameless grace. Poet says that even if there would be some extra brilliance that would spoil her beauty, and even if there is one little dullness, slight dullness, then also her beauty would be spoiled. तिच्या सौंदर्यामध्ये परफेक्टनेस होता, कशाचीच कमतरता नव्हती किंवा कोणतीच गोष्ट थोडेही जास्त प्रमाणात नव्हती. सगळ्या सौंदर्याचं जे परिमाप असतं, परिमाण असतं ते अगदी परफेक्ट होतं. हॅड हाफ इम्पेअर्ड द नेमलेस ग्रेस which waves in every raven trace or softly lighten over her face. Poet says that how were her hair? Her hairs were also very beautiful, very dark and long hairs, very thick and long hairs, and her hair were black colored hair. The European people have the attraction of black colored hair because their skin is really white skin, and so that because of that whiteness, the generally the color of hair is golden color or not black color, gray color, golden color or a yellowish pinch is there, and so that they have the attraction for black colored hair. And here this beauty has complete dark hair, dark, thick and long hairs. Poet says that the color of her hair is dark as raven, डीप डार्क ब्लॅक. रॅवेन म्हणजे कावळ्याला सुद्धा रॅवेन म्हटलं जातं. तर एखाद्या कावळ्यासारखा काळ्या रंगाचे तिचे केस होते. डीप डार्क ब्लॅक कलर्ड हर hair wear, and so that it was very beautiful, or softly lightens over her face. And in this way, when her dark color hair comes over her face, at that time the brightness, the whiteness or the fairness of her face again lightens little more. तिचे काळे काळे घनदाट केस जेव्हा तिच्या चेहऱ्यावर यायचे तेव्हा तिचा गोरा रंग आणखीनच खुलून दिसायचा, असं कवी म्हणत आहे. वेअर थॉट्स सिरीनली स्वीट एक्सप्रेस, हाऊ प्युअर, हाऊ डिअर देअर ड्वेलिंग प्लेस. म्हणजे तिचा चेहरा कसा होता, जेव्हा तिचे काळ्या भोर केसांच्या बटा तिच्या चेहऱ्यावर यायच्या तेव्हा तिच्या चेहऱ्याचा गोरा रंग त्या काळ्या रंगाच्या पार्श्वभूमीवर जास्तच उठून दिसायचा, आणखी तो चमकायचा, आणखी त्याला ग्लो यायचा. आणि पोएट असं म्हणतो आहे, अँड हर फेस, ओ रिअली व्हेरी ब्युटिफुल फेस, व्हेरी स्वीट एक्सप्रेशन्स आर देअर, अँड the expressions, her thoughts, her emotions, they are dwelling over her face, they are dwelling in her eyes, they are dwelling over her cheeks, they all her emotions are and thoughts are dwelling on her face. And poet says that really her thoughts have a very beautiful place to live. They are living on the beautiful face of that beautiful woman, so that they have a very beautiful, very pure, poet says that very pure place, very beautiful place to live. अशा प्रकारे त्या सुंदर स्त्रीचे जे सुंदर इनोसंट अशा प्रकारचे विचार आहेत, अतिशय शुद्ध, पवित्र, सात्विक अशा विचार आहे, हे सगळे विचार तिच्या सुंदर चेहऱ्यावर विलासत आहेत. या विचारांना राहायला खरोखरच किती सुंदर जागा आहे, असं कवी म्हणतो आहे. अँड ऑन दॅट चीक अँड ओव्हर दॅट ब्रो, सो सॉफ्ट, सो काम, येट इलोक्वंट. द पोएट सेज दॅट अँड ऑन दॅट चीक, तिचे जे गाल आहेत, ऑन दॅट चीक अँड ओव्हर दॅट ब्रो, तिच्या सुंदर गालांवर, तिच्या सुंदर भुवयांवर, सो सॉफ्ट, सो काम, यट इलोक्वंट. आणि कसं सौंदर्य आहे तिचं, सॉफ्ट सौंदर्य आहे, काम म्हणजे शांतता तिच्या चेहऱ्यावर विलसत आहे, आणि तरीसुद्धा अतिशय फ्लुएंट, अतिशय क्लिअर अशा प्रकारचं तिचं सौंदर्य आहे. द स्माइल्स दॅट विन, द टिंट्स दॅट ग्लो, बट टेल ऑफ डेज इन गुडनेस स्पेंड. द स्माइल्स दॅट विन, अतिशय सुंदर चेहरा तिचा आहे, अतिशय सुंदर गाल, सुंदर कोरलेल्या भुवया, एक प्रकारचा सॉफ्टनेस तिच्या चेहऱ्यावर, एक प्रकारचा ग्लो तिच्या चेहऱ्यावर, एक प्रकारची मनशांती तिच्या चेहऱ्यावर विलसत आहे. आणि अशा प्रकारे अतिशय तिच्या चेहऱ्यावर एक सतत स्मित हास्य आहे, स्माईल आहे, म्हणजे ती खुश आहे, आनंदात आहे असं आपल्याला कळतं आहे. द टिंट्स दॅट ग्लो म्हणजे तिच्या गोऱ्या रंगावर एक प्रकारची गालांवर जी लाली आहे. तर ह्या सगळ्या सौंदर्याच्या गोष्टींमुळे हे तिच्या चेहऱ्यावरचं जे एक शांत भाव आणि जे एक स्मित हास्य आहे याच्यामुळे आपल्याला कळत आहे. बट टेल ऑफ डेज इन गुडनेस स्पेंड, दॅट शी हॅज स्पेंड हर पास्ट इन गुडनेस. She has spent her past life very purely. She has spent her past life very calmly, happily, purely and in gentle way. आपल्याला हे तिच्या चेहऱ्यावरच्या शांत आणि आनंदी भावावरून हे लक्षात येतं की हिचं भूतकाळातलं आजपर्यंत हिचं जीवन कसं आहे, अतिशय सात्विक आहे, अतिशय पवित्र, अतिशय आनंदात अशा प्रकारचं तिचं जीवन राहिलेलं आहे. ए माइंड ॲट पीस विथ ऑल बिलो, ए हार्ट whose love is innocent. And how is her mind? Her mind is at peace with all below. Her mind is at peace. Her mind is always at peace. There are peaceful thoughts in her mind. She is very peaceful lady, and so that her beauty is more beautiful. ए माइंड ॲट पीस, हर माइंड इज पीसफुल विथ ऑल बिलो, जे काही आहे त्याच्यामध्ये ती समाधानी आहे, खुश आहे. ए हार्ट whose love is innocent and at the same time her heart is full of love. Poet says that her heart is full of love, but how is that love? That love is innocent love. इथे पोएट ज्या सौंदर्याचं वर्णन करतो आहे, दॅट ब्युटी इज इनोसंट ब्युटी अँड जेंटल ब्युटी. आफ्टर रीडिंग दिस डिस्क्रिप्शन we feel the gentleness of that beautiful woman. We feel the beauty plus gentleness, tenderness of that woman, and we do not think that she is a very romantic character, but we think that she is very gentle woman, very tender woman, very pure and innocent woman. या हे सौंदर्याचं वर्णन वाचल्यानंतर आपल्या हे लक्षात येतं की ही स्त्री कशी होती. ही स्त्री उच्छृंखल नव्हती, तर ही स्त्री कशी होती, अतिशय सात्विक पवित्र अशी स्त्री होती. आणि तिच्या सौंदर्याचं वर्णन तेवढ्याच संयमित शब्दामध्ये कवीनी केलेलं आहे. इथे ज्या उपमा वापरल्या आहे, जे शब्द हे वर्णन करायला वापरले आहे, ते सुद्धा कसे आहे, अतिशय सात्विक शब्द कवीने वापरले आहे. आणि हे दर्शवून दिलेलं आहे की त्या स्त्रीचं सौंदर्य हे कसं होतं, पवित्र सौंदर्य होतं. ती स्त्री एक अतिशय सज्जन आणि सात्विक स्त्री होती आणि तसंच तिचं सौंदर्यसुद्धा होतं. तर कवीनी या संपूर्ण पोएममध्ये डार्कनेस आणि ब्राईटनेस या दोनच शेडचा वापर केला आहे. काळ्या पांढऱ्या ब्लॅक अँड व्हाईट शेडचा वापर केला आहे, डार्कनेस अँड ब्राईटनेस. तर अशा प्रकारे या अतिशय सुंदर अशा सात्विक स्त्रीच्या सौंदर्याचं वर्णन पोएटनी शी वॉक्स इन ब्युटी यामध्ये केलं आहे. शी वॉज सो ब्युटिफुल दॅट शी वॉज वॉकिंग इन ब्युटी. शी इज वॉकिंग इन ब्युटी. इन दिस वे द पोएम एंड्स हिअर.